Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome tonight to some more PlayStation GL action here in the FP League. I am your host commentator Sam for tonight, and I will be your only commentator for this evening going through Formula Performance. It's the only tier in PSGL which is from the performance base of the cars. So the Mercedes are the fastest cars, but the drivers who are in the lowest tiers in terms of the PlayStation Gaming League or any sort of info that we know are in those cars, and those in the Williams, for example Greeny, are likely to be in F2 and F1. So just a nice quick recap of what it is. The reason why Lordy's not here again, I'm not sure, but he's not here again tonight. Of course you knew me for last week as well, but obviously we had to respect that the main commentator who's meant to be commentating over this cannot make it again tonight, and obviously I hope that there's no sort of issues in the long term. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with some action here tonight, as obviously that's what you've been waiting for here on this Tuesday night, where we do have the FP action. It's round 2 at the Hungary, 14 corners around this track, and it is Monaco without the barriers, as a lot of drivers seem to call it. And not gonna lie, I can agree with them, and the Sector 2 is definitely the reason why possibly I agree with this. But as we just see Lickle Blocks, he's in the Haas tonight alongside Ashbest in the Haas. These aren't the teams, I've got the teams actually up. Hopefully I can say all these team names, and hopefully some of them, because some of them are a bit, I suppose, you know, I suppose more like funny in terms of an inappropriate sort of way that maybe some don't understand. But anyway, we'll go through the teams here. We've got Bottle Jobs in Callum Anderson and Callboy, who are leading the championship. I'm sure this is the right constructors thing, because it says only 12 points, but that's because Leon Bentley is a reserve, so I need to make sure I get that one out of the way. And so the race winner last week was a reserve, but that is the Bottle Jobs team. You've got Fake Taxi which is Jack Lacey and Ugi Azim in second place in the championship with 10 points. Double A in AMS and Ashbest, Last and Furious, Game Freaker and J-Ray Bay. F2's Finest, Greeny and CC Brain. Gunda Chunga Una, Joel, I'm not going to say that next bit, and Juho Thin. And then the 4 teams who have still yet to score is Queenie's Ratsabuff, that's an interesting name, that's Lickle and Bugatti anyway. Alpha Nomeo is Praga and it's Almondia. Greasy Hands is Nano Bacon and Free Gloves. And finally we have I'm not going to say it, Suteno Racing? Dino and Sooty is the teammates there. So that's who it is. Anyway, Lickle Blocks has invalidated as Ashbest sets the first lap. A 15.2 on the softs. I did predict that the pole time earlier. It's very difficult to predict it here in this league. I did predict that the pole time would be a 14.2 to a 13.8. But I'm not going to lie, the 15.2 is a little discouraging right now towards that. You've got to think he's got Ashbest, if he's going to get pole anyway, has to make a complete second on that time. The fastest that we saw in qualifying in real life F1 was a 13.4 set by Lewis Hamilton in 2020, of course. So I've got all information here on the track, some nice details here, and I'm not too fond of track corner names, so don't try to question me on that, because this is a track that hasn't got many. Anyway, Jack Lacey then coming round to the final corner then. Let's see what lap time he can put in as his first one here. As it comes around the final corner, the racing point, DRS open, he's out of the ERS. It's a 15.0, and that is the pole time sitter. That's the pole sitter for now. Lickle Blocks has retired. Now, has he crashed out there? I wonder. I can't really find the person who I'm looking for. Let's just go on board with Callboy, who will take us though a lap around the Hungary as he comes down to turn 1 then. You've got to be very good on the traction off the exit to get a good exit of this corner. Now to turn 3 now. There's a silent turn 2, as I like to call it, where it's just basically flat out. Sorry, this is turn 3. I'm getting mixed up with my corner names now. Coming down to turn 4, which is a short sweeping left-hander. And oh, yep, he's gone over there, and that is the understeer, and I suppose the lack of stability you get from the AlphaTauri. anyway into this tricky sector 2 section here, the chicane. I don't know if he's still going on this lap. No, he's not, but let's continue. Turn 8 and turn 9. We saw yesterday Lars in F3 making a brilliant move on the inside there. Not really sure how you could really do that. And oh, Jack Lacey would have been in the way of a lap there of Callboy. Got to watch out for that. You can get invalid at that corner, and you can also get in the way around this track. It's a very tight track and very difficult to make space. But Callboy will come into the pits now to put on some fresh rubber. As Joel is on a lap, he's coming through sector 2 now. Decent through there as he comes through turn 8 and turn 9 now. Sweeping left to a long sweeping right. Got to get on the apex on the exit, get the traction down, get your foot down on the pedal. And now through turn 10, it's just a long sweeping right-hander. And then through sector 3 now, it's basically almost like, you could call it S's, I suppose. But you've got a long left-hander and a long right-hander. You've got to be really careful on your tyres in the race here. It can really cause your tyres to heat up, and you can get a lot of understeer as well in the race. In a qualifying trim though, it should be fine. And as he comes across the line, it's a 15-0 there, and he puts his car in 5th place. The pole sitter at the moment is J. Ray Bay, who is in the Red Bull with a 14-1, followed by Bugatti and Ugi Azim. And last week's pole sitter was Callum Anderson, who's currently in 11th place with a 16-4. He set that on the medium, so he is expected to possibly get into the low 15s, maybe high 14s on his first soft lap. So we'll just have to wait and see with what he comes in with. What's about Greeny then? He's coming through the final few corners of sector 2 right now, and as he comes through to turn 10, and now let's see what he can do through sector 3, the final sector of this track. It's turn 11 now apparently, and now that's turn 12. This is turn 13. I'm getting mixed up with corners, excuse me. And now through to the final corner of this lap, and what's it going to be in this Williams that seems to have no stability whatsoever. And it's a 15-9 there in the Williams. Not bad considering the car he's in, of course. But he has no teammate tonight, Greeny, at the moment. So I wonder if he will have a teammate on his way. In terms of another Williams. In terms of his teammate is here tonight, I'm pretty sure. CC Brain. I'm not sure what car he's in. He's not here tonight. I didn't see who was here and who's not here, so don't blame me. Sooty then coming on through a lap, and let's see what he can do. He's not invalidated just yet. He's just trying to get around every corner as fast as he can. And now through turn 11, that's pretty decent through there. Breaking down where the apex is. Good. And now through turn 12. And now straight on the throttle again to turn 13. And there we go, Callum Anderson setting the pole time there, 14.2 with 9 minutes to go. And it's also technically a banker if you think about this on his soft run. That's his first time on the soft tyre tonight, as Sooty comes across the line with a 16.7. And as I look to try and find someone else, I've got Radmat here. He's still on a lap, and he's coming through at the same place that I've seen everyone come through. We've got a Ferrari either slowing down or he is in the wall. He's slowing down, that would be Dino. And as Redmat goes through, he's in the racing point this time around. Let's be honest, Redmat didn't win last week's race, but he definitely was the quickest guy out there in that Red Bull, hence why he's in a racing point now. But as he comes through the final corner, the pink Mercedes, as it's like to be called, comes home with a 15.2, and that is 8th place for Redmat. Slower than his performance teammate, however, his actual teammate is no one, because he is obviously a reserve in this championship. And now we've got Praga on a lap. It's might be difficult for the Red Bull behind. I'm not sure if he got through unscathed all day round, and that's not what we like to see. But let's just see who's on a lap. Let's see Bugatti. We haven't seen Bugatti yet. Finished second yesterday in his respective tier. However, in FP, almost losing the car completely there through the second to last corner. And like I said, with the tyres, with the car that he's in as well, in the Alfa Romeo, those tyres are going to be very painful to drive with in a race situation. The tyres are just gonna get well they're gonna get well hot, and obviously he's gonna struggle with understeer and oversteer. Well, mainly just stability of the car in general. J-Ray Bay is not on a lap. What about Ugi Asim? Is he on a lap? Yes, he is on a lap. Let's see how he's doing. He's 4 tenths down. He was on the podium last time, Ugi Asim, which is not too bad, but the Renault driver, technically speaking, second in the championship. If you were to ignore that Leon Bentley won the last race, he was reserve, and obviously as reserve he's still allowed to win the championship. But Ugi Asim coming around the final corner. It doesn't look like it's a it doesn't look like the best of the lap. Let's see him cross the line then. What's it going to be? Yeah, he's 4 tenths down. Not the lap he would have wanted there. I was meant to go on Greeny there. Because Greeny is on a lap then. He's just started his lap. Bit of a lock up through turn 2 there. Now through turn 3. Now this is where we're going to see the real impact that Williams has, is through turn 4. Just watch this, look at this. He's got to really rake the car around and slow down a little bit more than what others would have to. And look at that, the stability of the exit of the corner as well, sliding quite a lot. Down to 3rd gear, up to 4th gear, looking for that extra traction. Now through this tricky sector section here, 3 gloves moving out the way. Good awareness there from the McLaren driver, and Greeny now coming through into sector 3 now. The last 3 corners of this race, of this track. Let's see what he can do. And through the final 2 corners we now go. A little bit of a lock up there on the left side. No real issues though, as he comes through to the final corner to finish his lap. A long right-hander. And again, probably not maximising it just yet, but a 15.4. Improves by 4 tenths there, Greeny, but only moves him up to 30th place. I guess the positive thing Greeny would take from it though, however, would be the fact that you can obviously choose your tyre when you're outside the top 10. And I wonder if that's going to be a good place to do the reverse strategy in the Williams. I wonder. Anyway, Ash Best coming through the final few corners now as he goes into sector 3. A little bit of a lock up on that right side, a big lock up on that left side. Locking up a few times on this lap, shouldn't hinder him too much. Through the final corner he goes. Seems to be quite quick on this lap. And as he comes to the line, and he does improve, he's up to 4th place there. And now we have no one on a lap. In fact, we do have someone on a lap, and that someone has invalidated. So, cheers, Callum. We could have had one hope of at least having one guy on a lap. Callboy's in the pits, and Ash Best is on an in-lap. And the question is Callum Anderson coming in? Yes, he is. So, we're going to be stuck here for a little while. We have J-Ray Bay, who came out on the mediums. Perhaps just looking to see what tyre wear, what the tyres feel like. But, well, he's in 2nd place right now, J-Ray Bay, so he'll be quite happy with that. And he'll be looking to get pole position. And if he's going to get pole position, he has to improve on his lap by quite a significant margin. Callum Anderson in the lead right now with a 14.3 or 14.2. I think it's a 14.2 actually, bear with me. So, my prediction once again of a 14.2 to a 13.8 is just about going to make it. So, we'll just have to wait and see. And we've got Red Matt, who will be the first man to set a lap, if he does set an official lap time, of course. He comes out in his pink Mercedes, 8th place in at the moment. In his racing point, behind his performance teammate Jack Lacey, and obviously Red Bat being a reserve. He would be thinking no pressure, just go out there and get as many points as you can, really. You've got no team orders really to play at the moment here in FP. As we look to the comments, we've got AMS saying evening all. There's not many people saying anything other than that. And J-Rays 1 already says LM48. I'm not sure if he has. That would be Praga, who is LM, of course. Lewis Marshall. I don't think he has, because Callum Anderson seems to be on the pole position right now. And Bugatti, obviously, let's not count him out as a PSGL Drivers Champion. And, of course, that experience plays into mind when being near the front. And Redmat looking all towards exit speed, as now he goes to start his final lap of this evening, and I think he could make it round for another lap if he wanted to. Anyway, as we come down to turn 1, then we had the two AlphaTauris in the way there, really, of Redmat. Luckily they didn't get in his way furthermore on the exit of the straight. Down to turn 2 then we go. And just got to keep away from that white curb there. You can get a lot of can unsettle your car quite a bit. Now through turn 3 down to turn 4. It's a short left-hander, very difficult to get it correct. You can invalidate easily. This corner again, avoid the white curb. It can unsettle your car a lot. Don't mount the curbs here through turn 5 and turn 6. And now, sorry, turn 6 and turn 7. No, turn 5 and turn 6. This is 7 and 8 now, though, as he comes down to turn 9 and then turn... I've lost count of the corners. This is turn 11. Then, and now he's got a bit of traffic in the way here. He's got Jack Lacey ahead of him, who's moved over to the side. CC Brain did join us, so I wasn't wrong about CC Brain joining. Just a bit too late. 2 more corners to go then for Redmat, as he comes across the line any second now. And there we go. Final corner. Not the best, but let's see what he can put in. It's a 47, moves him up to 4th. He'd be happy with that. And we've got Bugatti, who's just started his lap. This isn't the next person to finish, by the way, but Bugatti needs to find 5 attempts to have it. Well, 4 attempts anyway to have a realistic chance of beating Callum Anderson, who's currently on pole position right now. He's a 10th down through sector 1, so he'd be hoping that through sector 2 and sector 3 he would have much better sectors. However, Bugatti right now looking quite strong. Redbat retiring from the session, so there's no more juice in that racing point then to qualify with a better lap time. He'll be happy with the 5th place. So Bugatti, he's down by the smallest amount. However, he can still make some ground on Oogie, who has just set a lap. And look at that, J-Ray Bay has not beaten his lap time significantly enough to beat Callum Anderson. So it's all down to Bugatti really, and perhaps some guys behind. We've got Ashbest behind him. There, we've got Ashbest behind him, so we will check in on Ashbest. And we do see Bugatti go up to 3rd place. What about Ash then? Oh, that is very close there to the racing point. Not the racing point, the Alfa Romeo there of Praga. I'm pretty sure he'd be rather annoyed with that Ashbest. The lap looks pretty decent though as he goes through to the final corner now. And as he crosses the line, I'm pretty sure this is probably not going to be an improvement. Yeah, he already knows it. He's weaving left to right. Rather annoyed with what happened with Praga there, perhaps, but it's a 14.836. But, well, that is his best time. And there we go. We've got every driver sorted now except from Callum Anderson, who is now coming around the final corner. He's stopped on his lap time because he knows he's got pole position. Unless CC Brain can steal the glory. Now, he's on an outlap, so I don't think he's going to. So CC Brain will start from the back, frankly. But, well, would have been interesting. Is he on a lap here? Well, he's locking up, so that suggests he is. Okay, so CC Brain has been given a line, and he can do this lap. So we've actually got another contender here, Callum Anderson. Don't try and think it's all over just yet, because CC Brain is on his way. And maybe, I mean, I don't really know why he's been allowed it, but at the moment it looks like he's gone purple through sector 1. Whether that's official or not, I do not know. a little bit sliding off the exit there. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. That'll be AI though now, wouldn't it? That'll be AI, and he's in the way as CC Brain's lap is possibly over. He's going to keep going though, going to see what he can get as he comes through sector 2. Now the final 2 corners of this sector. Let's see what he can put in as he comes through to sector 3 now. He's got no more traffic ahead of him as it looks like, as he only had that Red Bull to clear, and obviously with the AI it didn't clear for him. But what time is it going to be for CC Brain as he comes through the final corner then now? A long right-hander. What's he going to do with the exit? Is he going to make the most of it? Yes, he does. And what's the time? A 15.6. And I think he's gone up to... Well, he hasn't gone anywhere. So whether that's been treated as an official time or not, I don't know. But he's basically moved nowhere. So there we go. Callum Anderson getting pole for the 2nd week running in a row. But let's see if he can convert it into a race win. J-Ray Bay in 2nd place, just off Callum Anderson. Bugatti in 3rd, Ugi Azim 4th, Red Matt in 5th, Ash Best 6th, Jack Lacey in 7th, Game Freaker in 8th, Joel in 9th, Praga in 10th, and the rest of the field is as followed down here. So CC Brain's lap time, it was actually official. So he did move up to 17th place ahead of Dino and Juhofin. And obviously Lickle Blocks, I'm assuming, had a qualifying ban. I'm not in the Discord chat for FP, so I wasn't aware of maybe if Lickle Blocks had a qualifying ban. I'll just confirm that. No, he didn't. And of course, no, he didn't, did he? Because he crashed out, didn't he? Of course. Oh, we've got a bit of overcast here at the moment in the Hungary ring, or Magyar. I don't know. Languages are strange, but yeah, I cannot be asked to pronounce that. Nagdar I don't know. But anyway, we'll just know it. We know it as the Hungary ring, so we're gonna keep it like that. And as we just wait for everyone to ready up, we've got a few people who've already sorted out the setup. This is obviously to do that, but we've got overcast conditions here, so if we do see rain like we've seen in many tiers this week, if we do see rain and we do see it midway through, strategy could be key. So those outside the top 10, they could actually be saving their race here, and potentially they could be winning this race if it was a certain strategy. As we see now what the tyres are. Well, no one favouring the hard tyres then in this race. That, and some even suggesting the softs are the best tyres to go. That's interesting, because if that's the case, for those at the back who are on the mediums or the softs, that suggests to me there is rain on the way, and it suggests to me that the rain could come pretty early. We've seen in every tier in PSGL this week, except from this one, where someone or some people have opted for the hards to do the reverse strategy, or doing a hard medium strategy, because the hards are significantly slower than the mediums, I must tell you, but I could be wrong. But this is the first time I've seen no one opt for the hard tyres. And obviously some people outside the top 10 even opting for the softs. Interesting. So, Callum Anderson, pole sitter 2 weeks in a row, and we've got people leaving the session. Have we got a session restart? And suggesting what's just happened behind on my screen. I assume so. We've got a restart. Yes, we have. Lickle will be making the new session. So we have an incident. We have a bit of an issue with someone. Of course, someone has obviously not been able to get into the session. Because of that, the session has been restarted. So just wait for an invite now. And it was to do with let's do with Jack Lacey, and I swear I saw him rejoin the session. Apparently not. Who knows? As we do wait, of course, to get underway for this race, we just have to wait a little longer, as I just need an invite, and of course then we need to make sure everyone's in the lobby and everything else. But it does take obviously a little bit of time to get everyone added, get everyone sorted. Callum Anderson, of course, is your pole sitter for the second week running now, so I'm just going to quickly change that because I'm good like that. I need to just change things on the dot, as I do have Callum Anderson now on 2 pole positions then, and hopefully this time, unlike last week, he can convert it into a win, or at least on the podium, and not bottle it and spin it around, I suppose. 14 rounds on the FP calendar, just like every other calendar in PSGL. I have got my invite back to the session now, and I'm sure everyone else is readying up to join in the fun. But the lap time was a 14.2, like I reckon it would have been. So luckily for me, I was correct again. Would have been a bit embarrassing if someone set something like a 14.5, wouldn't it? Wouldn't have been great. And Neon, which is Jared, which is IRL Neon, frankly, he is saying his brakes are acting up. It's just all he needs. Nah, it's not really what you need. And I tell you what, it's always not good when you spend money on buying a wheel and there's some sort of issue with it. There's some sort of issue with the throttle, with the brake, with the force feedback. It's always so annoying because people buy these wheels, they invest quite a bit of money into them as well. Of course, people who have things like Fanatec's, for example, could be spending up to £1,000 or €1,000 or whatever currency you are. They could be spending all that money and then something just goes wrong with it, almost like within 2 months or something. It feels so gutting and heart-wrenching for you, but obviously hopefully it gets fixed for Neon and he can compete competitively in this race, as he is in a competitive Ferrari, of course, more competitive than what it is, of course, in real life, as we have seen. As we do have everyone in the session now, I believe. So the only thing that will be done now will be the grid, which obviously customly needs to be made. And well, we've done the rundown. And hopefully it shouldn't be too long until that's finished. And the weather has been set to overcast, so if I'm correct, with it not being changed furthermore, the race was supposed to be fully overcast, so fully dry then. So I was wrong. Looks like we're gonna have no rain then today. And as people already readying up, has it already been sorted? Well, Lickle's readying up, so I wonder if that suggests, yes, it does mean that everything has now been sorted. Just need everyone else to ready up. The Renault is stupidly quick on the straights. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the Renault the Renault power unit should be stupidly quick on the straights. And I also want to mention I don't really think that's really going to be the issue on this track because well, Hungary, there's only really two straights, and one of the only two straights, two DRS zones as well, and well, you know, the straights are all small except from the start-finish straight, so I don't really know why that's really an issue around a track like Hungary, to be fair. But perhaps it's the setup that the Renault drivers are running. Perhaps Callum Anderson and I'm trying to think who the other Renault was. I think it was Ugi Azim. It must be just to do with what setup they were running, perhaps, which gave them more straight line speed. Or if it is this case that you're saying it's stupidly quick on this track, possibly it's to do with more the acceleration, really, because you're not really at top speed around this track at all. Like I said, only the start-finish straight is probably the only time where you will be reaching the top speed. So I wonder if you just mean the acceleration here, Neon. And like I said, that could be just something to do with their setup, which favours acceleration over top speed in some sense. So who knows? And maybe they're just getting the traction down earlier as well. We also should have a new championship leader tonight. I'll be quite surprised if it's anyone else but Leon. If it's anyone else except for Leon. I'm sure Leon would like to keep on to that championship lead as much as possible, but I don't think he's going to keep it this race. Any of the people who finished in the top 10 last round have a chance to break that. It's not impossible though. Leon Bentley could still be leading the championship. There is still possibilities of that. And Callum Anderson then on the formation lap again for the second time now. 2 laps of the formation lap. I'm hoping everyone picked the same tyres what they were supposed to. I'm not entirely sure if that is correct, but we'll go with it because I don't want to assume anything. And well, if they get caught out, of course, caught out in the stewards or caught out on the stream by anyone, then they'll get reported, and you know they may receive a penalty for doing that. So obviously, if you change your strategy, then there is a possibility that could be the case. The Renault driver has pole position, followed by the Red Bull driver Ajay Ray Bay there, and Bagatti in 3rd, Ugi is in 4th, and Redmat in 5th. Reported and banned, says Kryptonite. Something as simple as that could get you banned. Wow. Well, if anyone has done that, then that's a big no-no in Kryptonite's book. Rule book right there, and there's a lot of rules to go through, and of course we've already seen Kryptonite on a F10. Just kidding, but you know, with Kryptonite we've already seen him obviously do comms in F10, and you know, when someone breaks a rule or a simple rule, we've seen you get salty on camera, but not gonna lie, you'd all be the same. If someone's breaking a rule that you've put into place, you would be a bit annoyed with that. But yeah, I think if a driver was to get banned for having something like that happen once, that would be incredible, really. But yeah, obviously that is not the case. But anyway, the lights are on then, and we get prepared to get this Hungarian Grand Prix underway here in FP It's lights out and away we go. Callum Anderson gets a decent start. We've got the desyncing issue, so I don't know who's in the lead. I think J. Ray Bay's actually got a better start into the lead of this race. And look at this, 4 wide into the corner. They've turned it to 3 wide, but it looks like J. Ray Bay's got out in front. It's that Bugatti in second. Callum Anderson down to 3rd place, so not the start the Renault driver would have wanted. Now under pressure from the Haas driver and Red Matt as well in... oh my word, what is earth is going on here? I don't know, there's a huge crash behind as well. Sooty's out, there's Williams involved, Dino's involved as well. There's been a huge crash at the back, and we have a safety car. And leading this race is J. Ray Bay, and I do seriously apologise for the buggy leaderboards that we keep getting, and they just failed to get fixed, and I'm quite disappointed that they still haven't been fixed, really. The game's been out for around a month and a half now, and you know, it's a simple thing like this. The deltas just break, and I'm like, why do they break? What's the point? It shouldn't be too hard if you're making a proper big game like this to have a simple mistake like that happen. We have to live with it though, and hopefully it'll get fixed into the future. Was that J. Ray there? Maybe signifying he could have come into the pits there. I'm pretty sure Bugatti would have laughed at him if he did come into the pits. Would have been a bit mistakeful, considering he would be right at the back at a track which obviously, like I said at the start of the stream, is like Monaco without the barriers, and obviously that means, oh well, that assumes obviously overtaking is not really, it's not really an ingredient of this track, so we don't really see many overtakes at this Hungary circuit, but we do see some good action, and we have seen some good action. Some have pitted, possibly for wing changes, such as Greeny and Dino, who got into an incident at the start, and perhaps we would also see some others coming into the pits, changing strategy. I wonder if Lickle Blocks is going to try take those Haas to the end. I seriously doubt it, but... Oh, Callum Anderson has left the session. He's got some internet issues then, and Callum Anderson cannot... Oh, we're all leaving the session. Oh my word. What's going on? So we've just had 2 people leave in a row. Has anyone else left? Doesn't look like it. That's not what we want to see here in FP. Don't tell me, Codemasters, that the servers are down again. That would be a pain, but... We've just seen 2 drivers leave. We're lap 3 in this race. I mean, Callum Anderson saying he forgot to put a setup on and that he can't be asked. I mean, to be fair, Callum, you might as well have just kept in. I'm going to be honest. And just make the most of the racing that you've got. You had a good qualifying, and, you know, in the race you could have done something. And although you haven't got a setup on, you know, you're probably not the only one that's made that mistake. But, you know, it's too late now. You can't join back. I don't know what's happened to Red Matt, though. We've seen other guys pit as well. We've got Lickle Block, Screeny, and Joel pitting again. So another change of strategy then for those 3. You can't tell with a default setup. I suppose you're kind of right then. But, yeah, like I said, it probably would have been just better doing it. Red Matt, I mean, we can't invite you back, I'm afraid, because PSGL rules state if you lag out or you disconnect, you could not join back or you'll be disqualified from the race. This is because there is still a bug or a glitch where, of course, you can cut whatever corner you want and it doesn't have any consequence whatsoever. And, well, if you disconnect with 90% of the race done, This is a rule in PSGL, I believe. 90% of the race done, and you will be able to get. You would be able to receive points, at least. Say if you were to be in the points and you disconnect with. Well, on this track it'll be with like 2 laps to go or something. So if you disconnected on lap 33 and you were on for 4th place and you end up getting 6th will be your final result. But if you were to of course disconnect on say lap 14 or something and you finished in 6th place again, your points will not get counted. So we get back underway then. Green flags then here in FP. We have J. Ray Bay in the lead then, who got the jump on Callum Anderson. Bugatti in 2nd place, and a disconnected Callum Anderson falling down the field leaves Ash Best in 3rd place, but a lot of ground to make up, almost 2 seconds behind Bugatti. Did lose connection annoyingly, just said migrating host. I'm going to be honest with you, I still think that would be a disconnection sort of issue thing, but I don't know why it said migrating host, because I believe Lickle's still in here. Yes, he is. So I think it's just something on your end, or something to do with Codemasters again, some sort of glitch or something. Who knows? Anyway, as we look further back, we've got Game Freaker at the front of the train right now, and we've got Jack Lacey getting very close to him, and he's just looking to get past him as soon as possible here. Gets a better exit than Game Freaker. Is he thinking about it? He goes on the inside here at turn 12, and has he got the move done? Yes, he has. Praga seems to get the move done as well, so Game Freaker falling down the field rather quick at the moment. We have a McLaren now pressurising him, but he does go into the pits here, Game Freaker. 3 gloves though on the medium tyres up to 6th place. That's a good start from the McLaren driver, who's sitting now in 6th place behind Praga in this small train there between a few cars. We've got Nano Bacon behind CC Brain, and we've got look further back. We have Red Matt and Uki Azim. Red Matt has of course disconnected, so he is unsurprisingly falling down the field. He's just got a bit of trains right now. Like I said, this isn't a track for many overtakes, unfortunately. However, it is a track where we can possibly see a little bit of action, but gaps already beginning to form at the front, in the middle, and at the back. As we got Nano Bacon losing a little bit of time to CC Brain. Arguably speaking, Nano Bacon should be quicker than CC Brain, really, even though obviously the performance of both 2 drivers is probably a little bit different. CC Brain probably being the faster and more experienced. However, Nano Bacon is in the better car, and overall should have better downforce and better stability there, so he should really be quicker than CC Brain. But look at him, he's already out of a second here, so maybe that's not the case. But look at this then, Ugi Asim with Juho Finn ahead of him. I believe Juho Finn actually runs no assist there, so actually, to be fair to Juho Finn, it's quite incredible that he's doing that, so fair play to him. He's in 9th at the moment in the Mercedes, with Ugi Asim just behind, and Neon further behind him there, and Dino in 12th place. And then from there we've got something with Callboy there. The deltas are not changing between Joel and Callboy. That's a bit annoying. And oh, we got a spinner. That is Juho Finn, or as many people like to call him, I now know as Juho Spin. And there we go. He is spinning at that corner, and well, he'll like to pick up from that and like to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Now we've got IRL Neon then just behind Ugi here, and the battle for 9th place. Ugi Azim not having the DRS as it looks like on Nano Bacon. The detection point is at the end of this corner, sorry, at the start of this corner, the final corner of the race, of the track. And Ugi Azim, he hasn't got it, but it looks like he's got a way better exit than what Neon has, and now he doesn't have to worry too much about it. Still got issues with the Delta. Greeny in the pits. I don't know why Greeny's in the pits. Cowboy, something happened for him. There was a short yellow flag thing. I wonder if he's gone sideways and picked it up straight away, but I don't know. Anyway, looking further forward, we've got Jack Lacey quite close to Ash Best. Has he been close in the last couple of laps, I wonder? I reckon he has done. And on the soft tyres, these drivers should be pitting rather soon. The weather will remain dry for the race. I believe it was set to overcast because it was all overcast conditions in the race. Jack Lacey has been closing on Ash Best. Will he try to do the undercut here? Or will Ash Best try to go into the pits? Yes, he does, Ash Best, in fact. So Ash thinks it's time to get off the soft rubber and go on to the mediums tyres then. As we look back here, free gloves on the medium tyres. Maybe this is a good representation to how much quicker or whether the medium tyres are quicker than the softs. And on the medium tyres, free gloves in the McLaren looking to close in on the Alfa Romeo, and he's actually going for a move here. This is quite aggressive from free gloves, but it's a good move. He's made it work. Fair play to Praga, making sure that it's nice and friendly and there's no real contact between the two. And there we go, free gloves up to 4th place on the medium tyres right now, and he'll be enjoying that then. And up to 4th place he'll go, and what would be 1st place once everyone's pitted. As we go straight to the other McLaren then of Joel, who's in this train at the moment. Neon still trying to get past Nano Bacon. In fact, Nano Bacon actually looking worse for wear, to be fair to him, right now. And CC Brain has just got away from everyone. He's got away from Oogie in 7th place, Nano Bacon in 8th right now, and Neon in 9th. And I wonder if Neon is thinking about a move on the straight then on Nano Bacon, who does have the DRS, and so does Neon. Neon's already out of the ERS though, as he goes and sends it down the inside. Double lock up, but I think he's got the move done, and that is a good move there from the Ferrari driver, as he's got Dino, the other Ferrari, behind, going for a move down the inside, and that's a really good move there from Dino as well. So both the Ferraris making moves on Nano Bacon, and Nano Bacon seems to be struggling a bit at the moment on those 8-lap-old medium tyres, which Free Gloves is on, and up to 3rd place as well now since other drivers appeared. We've got a timing issue down in 12th. Whether that'll get fixed, I don't know. And we've got a spinner. It's a Williams, and it's CC Brain. So CC Brain had actually a really good start in this race, and he was up to 6th place, and he spun the car. So that is not good news for the Williams driver. And well, he's got to make up positions now. He's down to 30th place, and he's going super wide there, probably because he's got no wing on one of the sides, and yeah, pretty much no wing on one of the sides. Now Ash Best will be the man to clear him, and also Juho Finn as well. And oh, he's not making it easy, is he, CC Brain? Ash Best struggling to go past. He goes wide, but that was awkward for Ash Best. And look at Juho Finn now. We saw this battle last week, frankly. Juho Finn and Ash Best. It was the battle for the point. Ash Best got it on track. However, Juho Finn got it overall, and Juho Finn just backs out again. It looks like he was on for it, but he just backs out. Just doesn't have the confidence of what Ash has on the brakes there. So Juho Finn, who was closing on Ash there, maybe causing trouble last round, but just didn't go for the move again. So maybe Juho Finn would be regretting that one. There's J-Ray Bay. Now this is an interesting one. He was the leader of this race, and quite convincing as well, I believe. However, 2nd place was Bugatti, who was roughly 2 seconds. He's roughly 2 seconds behind right now. However, J-Ray Bay has a bit of traffic in front of him on mediums that should be still in the zone right now of Callboy, Little Blocks, Nano Bacon, and Joel, etc. I tell you what, this is not easy for J-Ray Bay. And not gonna lie, this has compromised him a bit. Not what he would have wanted. And there's Praga now in the pits, as he will fall down the field on the hard tyres. He'll be making no more stops. And we got any battles near the front? We've got Neon right now trying to close in on Ugi Azim. We've got Dino, who has fallen right off the pace of the other Ferrari. But Neon looking quite strong here. Looking for second place here. Free Gloves 6 seconds out in the lead right now. So Free Gloves looking predominantly quicker. Unfortunately for Free Gloves though, he'll have to go on to the wretched hard tyres. So a lot of these drivers do go on. But like I said, we've seen reverse strategies. We've seen people start on the hard tyres and then go to the mediums, and the mediums be super effective. But obviously no drivers pick the hard tyres off the start, so we won't see that. Maybe Free Gloves will be thinking about a medium soft. I severely doubt that one though. Maybe a medium soft medium, but again I really doubt that. And Neon just taking his time, not really closing in as much, but he's closing in. And what about this then? Joel going for a move on Dino. Dino just moving out the way there. Dino could have really just defended that more. Joel came from a mile back there and took the position. Nano Bacon now thinking about a move on. Lickle Blocks doesn't go into fruition. And actually Callboy was probably looking more for a move on Nano Bacon there. If not anything. So I tell you what's happening right now though. J-Ray Bay is now... Bugatti is within a second of J-Ray Bay. So this traffic has not helped the Red Bull at all. And now he's got a little bit of competition behind him in Bugatti, who'll be looking to maybe make a move on J-Ray Bay. Look how close he just got there. 2 tenths. I think Jay may have made a mistake there. And Bugatti may be looking for a move. He's fallen back a little bit to the Red Bull. All due respects though, I do reckon he'll be right back at him though on the straights. Just looking ahead though for Bugatti's view. Look at this, Nano Bacon all over the place here at the moment. Looking, and Callboy looking for a move, getting very close to even getting his wing taken off him. And that's a poor exit there from Callboy, but I think he's going to go for a move, and he's going to get it. And down the inside he goes, off Nano Bacon, nice and easy. In fact, the Red Bull teammate, Jay, making a move on both of them, in fact, I think. Look at this, Jay going side by side with Callboy. Callboy looking to defend the position. Side by side into the corner. Has the AlphaTauri got it? No, he hasn't. And Bugatti now needs to make the moves around Callboy. He's got Nano Bacon, but he hasn't got Callboy. So Jay's got the space. There's a little bit of contact there for Callboy. This is not helpful. Bugatti's got him. Bugatti's got him as well. So Callboy making that small mistake there. Braking a little later than what Jay was doing. And, well, that's cost him time, and now he's in a battle with Nano Bacon, but Bugatti still stuck in a battle with Jay, who, that's not what he would have wanted. But he's got more traffic coming up in Lickle Blocks in the Haas, just up ahead, and that is going to be a bit of trouble, because, obviously, of course, this is for, well, it's not for track position, I don't believe, because the medium tyres won't go to the end, but Lickle Blocks definitely has made a pit stop, so if he can somehow nurse them to the end, that is a possibility. But Lickle Blocks, of course, is fighting for track position, technically speaking, strategically speaking as well. So I wonder if he will defend from J-Ray Bay here. And you've got to think he's teammates with Bugatti as well. And look at J-Ray Bay looking for a move down the inside. Doesn't quite work. Lickle does give him space though. And look at this. He goes to the inside, Jay does. And Lickle just around the outside. He's going to hold it. Is he going to try and squeeze him? Yes, he does. Lickle's still there. A little bit of contact, the wheel banging though between the two. And I think Jay's got ahead of Lickle Blocks here. But Lickle just trying to get past J-Ray Bay again. And Bugatti again taking it past Lickle. Lickle will give the position to Bugatti. Remember, this is Bugatti's race to win possibly. And I'm not saying that Lickle may not win, but at the moment it's looking more likely his teammate will. And his teammate's doing a brilliant job with the overtakes, while Jay is rather struggling with the overtakes a bit when it comes to making sure that they're nice and clean. Luckily though, he's got nice and clean air ahead of him now, with 2.4 seconds between him and the next car being Dino. So he'll be looking to get away from the Alfa Romeo, which, as you can see in the clean air, he's marginally quicker than. So Bugatti will be looking to close, but I mean, it's not going to be easy. And now this battle for second. We will return to this battle for second place here. Ugi Azim and of course IRL Neon in the Ferrari, looking to close in on Azim just ahead. They have closed in on 3 gloves. In fact, look at that, 5.5 seconds. It was 6.2 seconds about 2 or 3 laps ago. So they've closed in quite a bit, and Neon getting a little bit of wheel spin on the curb there, and Game Freaker retires in the pits. So obviously that shouldn't cause a safety car or virtual safety car anyway. So it'll still be under race conditions. And we talked about how J-Ray Bay will have he'll have clean air. Well, that's all about to change. He has closed in within a second of Dino already. He has got away from Bugatti, 1.6 seconds between the two. So J-Ray is obviously superiorly quicker than Bugatti. Over it, you've got to think J-Ray has Dino ahead of him, and that'll be again for 4 track position. And I wonder if Dino will play the defensive game as well. I wonder. That'll be a good question to answer. Let's see what can happen as J-Ray will continue to get closer to the Ferrari driver ahead of him. Oh, and side by side here between Jack Lacey and Nano Bacon. Nano Bacon's just falling down the field like mad. He's just lost another 3 seconds. Has he got damage or something, Nano Bacon? It doesn't look like it. He's just off the pace at the moment. He's lost around 5 tenths already in this, so I don't really know what's going on here for Nano Bacon. The next car that is going to be closing in on him, or well, he hoped wouldn't, would be Praga. But right now, Nano Bacon just not liking those medium tyres whatsoever. And here we go then, right back to the action for 5th place then, and this is a crucial move for Dino. Sorry, not for Dino, for J-Ray. As you can see, the gap has closed in between him and Bugatti. Not significant enough for DRS to be open for Bugatti, but let's see how J-Ray does here. He's got the overtake on, so he's looking to get past Dino. Is he going to send it? Yes, he is going to send it down the inside. Dino doesn't defend it, but he's got the switchback move, has he? And I wonder, they go side by side into the corner. A bit of a gap between them, but look at Dino closing in. And look at J-Ray Bay on the inside. He'll have the exit there. But look at this, the entry of the next corner. You'll see that Dino has the inside line, but he'll have the outside line here. So it's J-Ray's corner, and Jay's already got another penalty. So Dino did put up a fight. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it looks like it is J-Ray's race to lose at the moment. And Bugatti will need to get past Dino very quickly to change that. And J-Ray will come up he'll come up to his next competitor in Joel just ahead. And Bugatti now closing in on Dino just ahead in the Ferrari. And in the Alfa Romeo, there's a bit of speed difference between these two, but it's the same power unit, so it would be about setup whether Bugatti will be quicker or not. And of course the DRS as well, overtake open, he's got a lot of it, and Dino's out of it already. And look at this, Bugatti is a must move situation, and he's gone for it, and there we go. It should be the position then. Dino looked like he would have come back. Is he going to come back here, I wonder? He's looking for it. He goes down the inside. Oh, he's probably tapped the rear there. But that's not helped them at all whatsoever. We've got Callboy who's just got past Lickle Blocks here, so Lickle Blocks may be struggling a little bit on those medium tyres. These two probably have just been battling for a little while, however. Dino's lost already a second out to Bugatti, so Bugatti is really looking to close in on J-Ray. And he's right behind Joel. And if he doesn't get the move done on the start-finish straight, it'll just tug the Alfa Romeo in even further of Bugatti. Just look at this then, J-Ray getting very close to Joel. We have got a yellow flag, so that would be Juho Spin, who spun the car again at turn 5 on the exit there. And oh well, it's lucky for Jay there. He has got two guys out the way in Oogie and Joel, who have opted to go into the pits. And well, this is just not good news for Bugatti. And Jay should be safe now from the two guys ahead, because there's a 5-second gap. I'm sure he won't close in a 5-second gap. And looking at, you know, Oogie and Joel when they came in, it should be any time now until Free Gloves and Neon decide to pit off those medium tyres, and what would be, what would be the hard tyres surely. Joel actually goes for the medium, so actually I think Neon would actually have the option to pit for the medium, so I wonder if he's going to do that. I believe he has the option to pit for the mediums. Let's just check. He did get off the softs, didn't he? Yes, he did. Look at that. So Free Glove's the only person yet to pit yet, of course. However, look at this. Neon can go on to the medium, so he can make a soft medium strategy work. And I tell you what, the mediums seem very, very quick on these tyres. The gap to the leader, though, 7 seconds between him and Free Gloves. And, well, interestingly for Neon, he does pit this lap. Free Gloves decides to stay out, actually. So Free Gloves, interestingly, looking for a different strategy. And, of course, J-Ray Bay will be in the lead of this race once they all have pitted. Where's Neon gonna come out, I wonder? Is he gonna come out ahead of the Alfa Romeo? No, he's not. What about the Renault? No, he's not. So Neon coming out in 8th place, could be 9th place actually, but I think he has just about kept 8th place ahead of Ash Best in 9th there. So he's got a 27 gap to the leader now, 27-second gap to the leader if he wants to think about winning this race. However, Free Gloves still yet to pit though, so let's not count it out just yet. It would be 16 seconds between him and the leader though, if we were thinking on more of those terms. But let's not forget, Bugatti, J-Ray shouldn't need to pit again. Neither should Jack Lacey or Praga or Oogie Azim as well. So they'll all be going to the end. And actually Oogie looking to be in a really good position here, really, on the medium tyres right now. As he's got a little bit of free space, but if he could show pace on those mediums, he could definitely be looking at another podium for the second week running. And there we go, finally pitting onto the hard tyres with Free Gloves, who we've been waiting for to pit. Is he just about to come out? Well, that's an interesting place to come out for Free Gloves. He comes out in 5th place ahead of Praga and Oogie Azim. And Oogie Azim closing very much in between them. Dino is now getting hassled by Jack Lacey. I wonder if those medium tyres have just gone off now for Dino. Luckily for him, he could pit on to the medium tyres again. But unfortunately for him, of course, the pace obviously will be gone. And obviously he was nowhere near the other Ferrari in Neon, so he'll be dropping even further down. But look at him, he's like a bus to Jack Lacey, and this is just only favouring Free Gloves a little bit more actually for a podium here. Okay, well that was annoying. Anyway, back to this then, we have Jack Lacey 4 tenths behind Dino, and now 3 tenths behind him. And he's lost a little bit of time there from that. And what about Ugi Azim then behind? He's closed in significantly on Praga and should be able to pass him. And now, as he will have the DRS open, and Praga now defending the inside line. Ugi looking to go around the outside then, it looks like. And, oh, he's a little bit of contact there, but Ugi will have to stay for another lap, it looks like. He's lost out a bit of time to Praga. It looks like Free Gloves has fallen behind Jack Lacey now. So Jack Lacey on the hunt. In fact, I think Free Gloves was actually behind him in the first place. So actually, Dino ahead has been an absolute bust. It's actually caused Free Gloves to catch up. And now the McLaren driver trying to close in on those hard tyres. Jack Lacey on the hards as well. It's very difficult between the two. And Free Gloves, 3 tenths behind now, 4 tenths behind Jack Lacey. They're all just behind Dino. Dino just is stuck ahead at the moment. Whether he'll pick this lap, yes he does. So this releases now the 2 hard drivers, and actually it should be Free Gloves for the taking now, because he's on the fresher tyres. And I wonder whether he's going to get it. The DRS is keeping Jack Lacey ahead. Is Free Gloves thinking about it? No, he's not. So he's going to stick behind Jack Lacey for a little longer. Whether he'll make a move just after that, I wonder. 3 tenths behind then. Dwindling between 3 tenths and 4 tenths here for Free Gloves. Now the 2 tenths, so he's just sitting behind Jack Lacey at the moment, just minding their own business. Ugi Azim still stuck behind Praga, though, however, and so much so that Neon is just joined the fight. So Neon getting his hands a little bit dirty perhaps in this lap. So I wonder if he'll be making moves anytime soon. He lost a bit of time there, but Bugatti gets a 3-second time penalty. With not taking those into consideration, the penalties, and Neon almost losing the car, saving it as the car goes sideways, losing him an extra 2 or 3 attempts. He's luckily still in the DRS, and obviously because of that he will be in this train for a little while, so he's protected. However, Ugi Azim, 4 tenths between him and Praga. I wonder if he'll get past Praga on the exit here. And now the DRS open. Praga's got a healthy gap in the lead, but look at the healthy overtake that Ugi Azim has got. He will go for it this corner surely. And on the inside, off we go side by side, and a little bit of the wheel banging, and it's caused Ugi Azim to spin the car, and the Renault's podium hopes are almost put over now, unfortunately for him. Now we have IRL Neon sitting behind now in Praga's DRS. It's his turn to maybe have a go on the Alfa Romeo driver up ahead. He seems to be taking no holds barred. Really, let's be honest with you. He's not going to let Neon through easy at all. So Neon will have to think about where to pass and when to pass as well. We've got Callboy 5 tenths behind Liquor Blocks. So Liquor Blocks did get back past, it looks like, for him. And of course, just sitting behind here, the Alpha Tauri driver in 10th place, 5 tenths between him and Liquor Blocks. And CC Brain behind. We'll just have a look at that. He's closing in on Greeny. The 2 Williams drivers. This is where it will be the closest competition between the two. CC Brain and Liquor Blocks. We're looking to potentially make a move on Greeny, perhaps, I don't know. But Ugi Azim pits onto the softs. I wonder if now he will just go for the fastest lap of the race. Nothing more to lose than that. It looks like CC Brain is not closing in enough on Greeny. He will try. Looking at that, he's gone very late on the brakes. He would try, but I mean, you don't you don't get it with trial and error, but CC Brain closing in on Greeny there, and we'll go back to that a bit later. However, we've got Neon getting closer. Just look how edgy, though, the steering inputs are from Neon. I wonder if his tyres are just too hot right now. I wonder if his setup just doesn't really favour his tyres too well in the heat sense. And, yeah, he seems to be a bit wobbly on the throttle. And the car looks a little more unstable than Praga, of course, even though he's in the better car. But here he comes then anyway. He's using all his ERS. Praga defending for his life. And look at Neon trying to go around the outside. Maybe looking for a switchback move here. This would be a really good move if he could get it done. Side by side with him. Neon keeping it on the track. It looked like he was almost in a spin there. And to the outside he goes. Neon gets the move done on Praga. Praga just behind though. And he'll be looking to get a move done back on the Ferrari driver. But that's lost the Ferrari driver in Neon a valuable amount of time, as he's now 6 seconds behind Jack Lacey in 4th place. I'm pretty sure it was much lower than that. And speaking of Jack Lacey, he has lost out a lot of time now to Free Gloves, who is now on the hunt for a podium place here in the McLaren. So that's a good show from Free Gloves at the moment. 8 seconds though, still off the race lead, and 4 seconds of the race lead would be Bugatti, who is 4 seconds off J. Ray Bay in 1st place. And as we look back to this battle then, the battle for 13th, not really too much on here, but it'll be just some good entertainment, since we haven't really seen many battles, unfortunately. And, well, we do have CC Brain closing in on Greeny then. The two Williams drivers very, very close. Well, let's see. Round the outside, he tries to go there. CC Brain, maybe looking for something rather interesting. We've seen a move there from Coreboy on Liquor Blocks. Of course, the telemetry's broken, so I don't know where on earth that is. Anyway, look at this then. CC Brain looking to finally get the move done on Greeny. He will go to the outside line as Greeny defends the inside line. And to the outside he goes. He just hasn't got the car there capable of getting around the corners properly. And now they're wheel banging side by side with each other. The two Williams drivers, a little bit of a lock up there for CC Brain. Getting on the curb there. And he's gone sideways, CC Brain. And the Greeny's just pushed the pass pretty much to get by him. But these two probably not lost a little bit of friendship or whatever there. But these two getting a little bit heated right now, looking to get by each other. But it's obviously to do with that Williams as well. It's so difficult to really drive for that Williams, probably, to be fair, with the dirty air as well. And obviously with the move we saw around the outside, it looked like CC Brain had it done, but he just had so much understeer into the corner and out of it as well. Just so much understeer, and of course it was just basically destined to happen. These two have got very close to each other, but let's see if CC Brain can get the job done this lap. We're now on lap 28, by the way, of 35. And CC Brain then just behind Greeny. Greeny will not have the DRS, and it looks like he will not have the ERS either. What CC Brain's got, defense to the inside line. Look at this, and oh my word, look at this. Ugi Azim making it 3 wide here. And Ugi Azim may get both of them here. In fact, he's got the car, he's got the tyres, and he's got the grip as well. So it looks like Ugi Azim's just gone and distracted me. And he's got both Williams here and destroyed their battle a little bit, which I was enjoying. But Ugi Azim gets by the two Williams, and he should be able to fly away from them now. And oh, CC Brain keeping the car on the track there, but a little bit of a spin has caused him to fall back a little bit. And now we have CC Brain 6 tenths off though, so He's lost a lot of time. Look how much time Greeny's lost on this lap. On the worn medium tyres compared to Ugi's fresh soft tyres, he's lost 2.4 seconds to the car in front. So the hard tyres and the Williams just nowhere near up to pace of any other car on the grid. Well, Ugi's car anyway. We've got Duo Finn as well behind. Duo Finn going to the end on the 8 lap hold softs, it looks like. Surely he'll have to come in again, because otherwise his tyres will basically explode, because they're now 9 lap old softs. They will not go much further. CC Brain just looking to close in a little bit more on Greeny. 5 laps to go then. This is the only battle we have on track, unfortunately. The rest of the grid is very, very spaced out. Look at this then. J-Ray Bay leading the way from Bugatti. Over 3 gloves as CC Brain again through that corner, almost losing the car. He's 5 tenths behind Greeny then. Greeny now 4.2 seconds behind Ugi then. So Ugi's got away in the last 2 laps of almost 5 seconds clear after 2 Williams drivers. That is 2.5 seconds per lap clear of these two. And now CC Brain looking to possibly get past Greeny once for all. This lap, I wonder. Going to be an interesting one anyway. The 2 Williams coming through the final corner. Then DRS will be open though for CC Brain. Will he be closing in, or will he just be stuck behind? He's just going to stick behind for now. Oh, once again, the car there just unstable as hell, as he gets a lot of wheel spin and oversteer out the corner, and they've got a little bit of a touch there between the 2 Williams drivers there, and Greeny just probably maximising on exit, while CC Brain looks to be more on entry. So a bit of a clash there, and it's causing CC Brain to go into the back of Greeny there out of that corner, and unsettling the Williams in front of him. But CC Brain 4 attempts between him and Greeny. It's really the only battle on track. Perhaps Callboy and Ashbest. I'm not sure where they are on track. They're a little further up. But we will make sure that we go over to their next lap, because I'm pretty sure they are close. And the delta's been broken for Callboy all day, so I don't know. Anyway, as we go on to the final corner, and then we'll be on to the start-finish straight to start lap 31 for these two anyway. Greeny and CC Brain. Is CC Brain going to get Greeny? He looks to be in the same position as last time. Is he going to go for it here? He's not activating overtake, so he's just still sitting behind the Williams in front of him here, and just making sure he's sticking with him. Well, and like I said, Callboy's finger's broken. Look at his interval there. It's just no difference any second whatsoever. He's 0.533 seconds behind this whole lap, the whole of last lap. And well, this is the stuff that's quite annoying, to be honest. I think it's the same with Liquor Blocks as well. They're 1.9 seconds behind him as well, so Liquor Blocks has the same issue. But as we see now, Callboy looking to close in on Ashbest. He's not gone and got it here, as they do get past Callum Anderson. A little lock up from Ashbest, maybe opening the door a little bit for Callboy. He's not going to go for it though, as Ashbest did get the DRS from Callum Anderson's car, which obviously has now been lapped, and same with Redknapp. Callboy now just glitching out a little bit, and once more, what about Joel, who's closed in considerably a lot on Praga? And hello Big C, you've joined the action right towards the end. Unfortunately, it looks like it's game, set, and match for the winner. I've just said that, and there's now a safety car. Now what's happened? What's caused that to come out? No one's retired. I don't know who's caused the safety car, but I tell you who's been able to benefit from it. It is Neon here, who's been able to benefit from this safety car. I mean, luckily, it'll go around again, but Neon will lose as minimal time as possible. And, yeah, commentator Jinx. I mean, it happens a lot, doesn't it? It's not just me, it's every single commentator. They say that, I just said the winner's game, set, and match. Well, it's not, is it, anymore? Because now it's a whole different thing, and it's now a whole different thing, because look at this. They're stuck behind the safety car already. So now, it looks like Neon will be in the... he's in the driving seat to win. Now. And these guys are not going to make... They're not going to be as quick at all on those hard tyres compared to Neon. Neon needs to make the moves, and if he makes the moves, he'll win this race. And we saw also with Oogie, with, of course, CC Brain and Greeny, we saw how quickly Oogie got away. He was 6 seconds clear after 3 laps. So we all know how much quicker the soft tyres are compared to the worn hard tyres of what Ashbest, Praga, Jack Lacey, Free Gloves, Bugatti, and J. Ray Bay all have. And I'll tell you something now, Neon will be able to get past Callum Anderson here, surely. No, it's not allowing him by. It's not allowing him by Callum Anderson here, and I think it's the same for... I don't know what's going on here. It's not allowing him by Callum Anderson. Well, he's gone with it. I don't know what's going on there, but he's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. But I mean, Callum Anderson didn't want to stop, obviously, because he's in his AI, so it's obviously not the actual thing. So I'm at the assumption now, and the safety car's come in, so never mind on Neon. But he would have been able to. If it weren't for Callum Anderson, that's a huge smack in the face for him. What about Ashbest then? As he seems to be closing in on Praga now. And now it's the battle for the lead of the race. And oh, we've seen something happen there. Is that up above? A little bit of debris off a car. I'm not sure whose it was. But anyway, it looks like J. Ray Bay will retain his lead of this race. And possibly the race win still here. However, we haven't seen penalties so far. So Bugatti right now could be in the driving seat. Even Free Gloves could be in the driving seat. Even Praga could be. We don't know. But the safety car just came in too early there, and perhaps it was just too late there to really say for Neon. But however, we say that, look at Neon right now. He's right behind Jack Lacey, and surely he's going to go for this move. Yes, he is on the grass. It's not the best of moves there from Neon. However, he will take that move, and oh, a little bit of contact there between him and Jack Lacey. And, well, that's not what Neon would have wanted. And, unfortunately for him, he's not going to be winning this race. He needed to make that move and get Jack Lacey out the way. He still could do it here. He's got so much more better traction on those tyres, so much more grip. But let's just see. He hasn't got the DRS, of course. On to the final lap we go then. J. Ray Bay is set to win this race on track. We've got yellow flags in sector 1. Who is it? It's Bugatti. Bugatti spins. And Bugatti here looks like he's going to fall even further down the grid. Got yellow flags again. What's happened here? Jack Lacey and Joel now have had a bit of an incident with each other. They were nowhere near each other, so I don't know what's happened there. Guys are just pushing left, right and centre. And now look at this. Look at Neon. Goes down the inside. That's a really good move, but that's just the grip on the soft tyres compared to the hards. Up to 5th place he goes. Bugatti in 6th place now. So what on earth has happened? Oh no, it was Bugatti in 5th place, not Praga. I thought it was Praga he just got by, but no, it wasn't. J-Ray, I'm not sure if he has got penalties, but it looks like he's going to be set to win this race on track. 1.4 seconds ahead of Free Gloves. However, I'm not sure on the penalty situation. I haven't checked that. However, J-Ray will come around the final corner then to finish this Hungarian Grand Prix. It is quite crazy here in FP, but will he be winning this race? We still don't know. It's a bit of a lottery. Comes across the line. He's won it over Free Gloves. What about Praga? Over Praga and over Ashbest. I'm now at the assumption he's won this race then. So congratulations to J. Ray Bay for winning the Hungarian Grand Prix here in PSGL FP. We've still got more drama. We have, I think it's either CC Brain or Greeny in the wall. I'm pretty sure that would be CC Brain, wouldn't it? I'm not 100% sure. No, it was Greeny. Never mind. It was one of the Williams boys anyways, but that was a rather interesting end. But if it was a lap earlier the safety car came out, then I'm pretty sure Neon would be... He's livid right now. I'm sure he's livid, because if it weren't for what happened with Callum Anderson, I really do think Neon has been robbed of a podium here. Those soft tyres were so much quicker than the hards. He had difficulties with Jack Lacey, And of course with Callum Anderson, which got him a 5-second penalty, which I'm sure he will appeal and get that off. And if he does appeal and get that off, he will actually finish 4th place, I believe, in this race. But, well. J. Ray wins the race, and he wins it on track, and he wins it over penalties as well. And driver of the day for today is Lickleblocks, who did come into the pits for the soft tyres. I wonder if he made up a lot of positions, I wonder. But it doesn't matter, really. But the winner tonight is J. Ray Bay, and once again, FP deciding to be a rather crazy league here in PSGL. We've seen it many times before, that this tier can be super crazy, and of course can cause a lot of surprises. And well, we had a lot of spinners on the last lap. We had a safety car with 3 laps to go, and maybe we could have had an unpredictable winner. But of course the safety car didn't come out long enough, and J. Ray Bay keeps his well-deserved win, which he definitely deserves, of course, being at the top all day, starting in 2nd place as well. 3 Gloves in 2nd place then, and Ashbez completing the podium in 3rd. Praga 4th, Neon 5th, Bugatti falling down to 6th after a slight spin out of turn 1. Callboy in 7th, Lickleblocks in 8th. Dino continuing his point scoring record in 9th after starting 17th. That's a good result from him. And of course Lickleblocks as well started 19th. And Joel in 10th place then in the McLaren, getting the final point of the day. And Ugi Azim did get the fastest lap, but however he will not be receiving a point, since he did finish outside the top 10, and the rest of the finishes down below are as followed, as you can see on screen there. Sooty and Game Freaker being the 2 and only 2 retirements. So that was it then with FP then for round 2 here at the Hungaroring. And it's been a brilliant race. And of course next week we will head to the British Grand Prix here in FP. Next Tuesday we will be finishing another PSGL race week, and obviously join us from then. The next PSGL action though you've got, of course, will be F11 and F10 on Thursday night. Be sure to join Sondre and Marshall, or you can join Kryptonite and Dark Bolts, or Jordan if you like to call him that anyway. Be sure to join them on Thursday, as they'll be the commentators for Thursday night in F10 and F11. But from me, Sam,